The last dinosaur. Oh no. The last dinosaur.
Me, Grimlock, positive, hot rod and cop close.
Oh hell. The last Oh no, 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 no. The Last Dinosaur. Richard Boone, most famous for his role on the classic TV series Have Gun Will Travel, stars as a big game hunter with an affliction that affects many millionaire playboy types. He has no worlds left to conquer syndrome. He holds a press conference and announces that his polar borer has vanished into the Arctic. The polar borer sort of looks like that thing the Shredder used in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. The only survivor tales of finding a jungle world beneath the ice. That's not all they found. They found dinosaurs.
Extreme dinosaurs! Extreme dinosaurs!
And we are going to find it. Now! We are going to find that animal!
Boone announces that an expedition will be launched to find this mysterious land. The team will consist of Boone, the survivor from the first trip, a Japanese scientist, an African tracker, and a journalist. When Boone discovers the journalist is a woman's, he tells her she has no place on his expedition. Woman's belong in the kitchen, not hunting dinosaurs. Later, he changes his mind when she shows up in a black evening dress.
Crazy?
I make some kissy face later on. Seeing an aged Richard Boone smooch a younger actress reminds me of Roger Moore's last few Bond movies.
Rib for her pleasure. Ew.
Next day, they all enter the polar borer and begin their journey. After just a few minutes of drilling, they emerge in a jungle, complete with pterodactyls flying around. As soon as they make land, they spy a dinosaur that looks like a anguirus combined with some kind of wild boar. It sees them and it charges. Boone saves reporter womans from getting trampled.
You are a crazy lady. You are absolutely crazy.
Well, I don't know what makes you say that.
Crazy?
The next day, they go looking for dinosaurs. When Bunta, the tracker, climbs up a tree, he spies a T-Rex that attempts to eat him. Boone shoots the T-Rex and it makes the Godzilla sound effect. Then Boone's gun jams. Bunta throws a spear, which drives the T-Rex off, for some reason. Really, it would be like pricking a rhino with a toothpick.
You ding-dong! Crazy?
Back at camp, the T-Rex shows up and crushes the Japanese scientist. He then picks up the polar borer and tosses it in the jungle. Lesson learned. Don't piss off a T-Rex. As a T-Rex is knocking the polar borer, it manages to uncover a Triceratops that was buried. A landslide begins and the Triceratops wakes up as though it were taking a nap. Wait, do what now? Never mind the fact that it shouldn't be able to breathe or anything. Anyway, being a T-Rex and Triceratops, they naturally fight to the death. T-Rex wins. Back at camp, the others arrive and discover the mess. Boone swears vengeance, even though at the start of the expedition, he promised not to kill any dinosaurs.
And I tell you this, it is the last. I will hunt that thing down, and I will kill it.
Later, the expedition is randomly attacked by cavemen. I say randomly because it simply happens. No build-up or explanation. Apparently, it is now 4 months later. After an argument, the survivor and reporter womans make kiss face while Boone watches.
What are you doing?
Question, crazy lady. What are you doing?
Next morning, the cavemen approach camp. Without any guns, Boone was forced to make his own crossbow. Boone manages to kill with one shot and the rest flee in terror. The group takes to the mountains and acquires a pet cave girl. As the girls wash their hair, the T-Rex shows up and chases reporter womans into a cave. The guys show up and tie one end of a vine to a rock and the other end to the tail of a T-Rex. The rock ends up rolling downhill, taking the T-Rex with it.
What happened next?
Boone again vows to kill it and has everyone begin construction of a catapult. While out and about, the survivor finds the polar borer, but Boone is determined to kill the T-Rex before they leave. Much later, reporter womans tries to convince Boone to leave. They make kiss face, but the T-Rex interrupts them. Boone fires the catapult and... the rock bounces off its head. It falls down, but it is only stunned. When asked if it's dead, Boone shouts out one of the worst line readings I can ever recall.
Did you kill it?
Don't know.
Boone starts throwing grenades. Wait, where did he get those? Did he have those the whole time? Together, Boone and reporter womans hide in a ravine till morning. Unable to talk Boone into going with them, they launch the polar borer without him. Boone watches them leave and walks away with the cave girl following closely. The T-Rex roars and the credits roll. This film was produced by Subaru Productions, which produced the Ultraman TV series, and Rankin Bass Productions. Unlike many movies that involve dinosaurs, this film uses guys in suits as opposed to stop motion or lizards with fins taped on. Pretty obvious with the Triceratops, and when the boulder launched from the catapult hits the T-Rex, you can see the rubber head cave in as it bounces off. This is a fun movie, though it feels like a lesser version of The Land That Time Forgot. The Land That Time Forgot has a very similar premise. Survivors find a jungle land in the Arctic and fight off both cavemen and dinosaurs. Eventually, they escape once their submarine is repaired. The Last Dinosaur was a TV movie that aired in 1977, and The Land That Time Forgot was released in 1975, so maybe there is some correlation. If you enjoy The Land That Time Forgot, or any of the Toho monster movies, then you will enjoy The Last Dinosaur. This is a movie that feels like it was made for lazy Saturday afternoons. It's goofy, campy, and has some hammy acting, but simply put, it is a lot of fun.
sobriety test, 'cause I ain't been drinking.